I actually wrote Bloimy on there. Not Blimey, Bloimy. Cool, blimey, Gavner! Assassin's Creed Syndicate is here, and it's set in London! Lovely London, where the tea flows down the Thames and pigeons walk around with tiny top hats and briefcases. Where you have to get the Queen's permission to even look at a swan, and anyone who insults the crumpet can be sentenced to 10 years in jail. Fact. Now there's an extra layer to all that. Assassinations! Let's have a look at what the trailer tells us.
It's a bloody marvellous time to be alive. An age of invention. So many clever blokes dreaming up impossible machines. Sorting away more gold than Queen Victoria herself. But none of those shillings ever makes it into the pockets of the poor devils whose blood is spilled building this glorious empire.
London 1868. Benjamin Disraeli, Victoria's confidant and rumoured lover, is the Prime Minister. The Industrial Revolution has changed the face of the city, and there's great dissent in the streets and the factories of Victorian London. We see Big Ben, or the Elizabeth Tower, built in 1859, towering above the smoke. St Paul's, an iconic cathedral in the heart of the city, bowler hats, steam trains. This could only get more British if there was a bulldog drinking tea at a cricket match. Now, the string of grisly murders by Jack the Ripper, rumoured by many to have an appearance in this Assassin's Creed game, is 20 years later in 1888. It doesn't rule him out necessarily, because Assassin's Creed has never been shy of time hopping, but he won't be in the main bulk of the game. The style looks very similar to that of Unity, with richly detailed textures and fabrics, a very shallow depth of field, and a soft, pinkish golden hour light over everything. This is the next-gen engine that Ubisoft built specifically for Unity, the Anvil engine, and it is gorgeous. A quick juxtaposition of glittering bank vaults and rainy dark streets brings us to our first idea of the central conflict in Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the divide between rich and poor. It was also the main theme of Unity, despite Arno being an incredibly posh old boy, as you had to fight your way through crowds of the disenfranchised. The British don't riot nearly as much as the French though, far too polite, but you will be working in the criminal underbelly of London, populated by thugs and the downtrodden. I'm very keen on the lovely British tradition of hats, but here we get a twist on that. Our assassin can be stealthier by switching the fetching top hat for an assassin hood. Always fashionable. We've already seen a little bit of our new hero's armour, a tiny wrist gun to replace Arno's crossbow, a rook cane with sword inside to represent the assassin's long and slightly strange obsession with birds, as well as your gang's name, the Rooks. Here we see him with some kind of machete that's apparently based on a Nepalese knife that can be thrown and retrieved. So can a butter knife, mate. There's also a heavier emphasis on melee than before, and in particular, punching. We already saw in the teaser for the teaser that brass knuckles are now part of our assassin arsenal, and it's clear from all the headbutting and punching that one of our heroes is very keen on fisticuffs. How British. Looks like we could see the return of the faction-based mini-scuffles we saw in Unity. There were the red guys and the blue guys, both ready to attack you on sight. The former were the extremists, Templar henchmen who were on the lookout for you, and the latter were guards who would only attack you if you did something suspicious. This rather violent-looking bunch of thugs could be working under the same system, given that they're fairly obviously colour-coded, and a fight quickly breaks out between them and your group of criminal chums. Later on, we see an even more obvious faction fight between a load of people wearing red and your buds in green and yellow, and there seem to be clear classes of fighter. Like in Unity, these will likely split into hard hitters, regular fighters, and smarter, trickier enemies. We've got a GTA-style vehicle hijacking mechanic here, but instead of fancy sport cars and trucks, it's horse-drawn carriages. This probably means that there's no radio stations, but it also means that there'll be someone in the back. Are we hijacking the carriages for our own good, or are we taking someone somewhere? Train fights! Boat fights! Will we see underground tube fights? Probably not. But we will see underground boxing, some kind of Victorian fight club, or just a way for you to make a bit of extra moolah on the side. There's the Bank of England looking all majestic and being all full of money. Safe to say that the bit at the start of the trailer talking about vaults is hinting at some kind of break-in, like Ocean's 11, but more cockney! Zip lines! Time to recreate that holiday you had in Norfolk 8 years ago, but in a smoggy, impoverished London instead of a squirrel-infested Centre Parks. Our assassins have a new weapon up their sleeves, literally, that works in a similar way to Batman's grapple hook. Not only will it let you quickly scale buildings, it will also let you create lovely zip lines to traverse the city faster than you can say blimey! Let's talk sync points. In the Creed games, you scale the tallest buildings in each area, in this case boroughs, to get a sense of where everything is, and unlock all the markers on your map. Obviously Big Ben is going to be one, as well as probably St Paul's Cathedral and the Bank of England, and most of the rest, in typical Assassin's Creed style, are likely to be church spires. There's plenty of those in London. The new title, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, refers to your character's aim to create a criminal syndicate to help them bring down the Templars once and for all. Good luck, mate, no one else has managed. And the most exciting thing of all, you're not alone. In fact, you're two people. Twin assassins Jacob and Evie Fry will be working in tandem to reach their goal of overtaking the Templar gangs in the city. Most of the time you'll be able to choose one or the other, but some missions are designed for one in particular. And in my opinion, Evie looks badass. I know who I'm playing as. As announced at the end of the trailer, we'll get to see Dickens and Darwin, henceforth referred to as the Charleses, in a DLC pack. It's not entirely ludicrous to assume that we'll be seeing a lot more historical celebrities in the main game and DLC, and I'm personally hoping for a revisit of Unity's murder mysteries, but with Sherlock Holmes. Yes, I know he's fictional. Shh. That's every tiny bit of information I could squeeze out of that trailer, but let me know in the comments if there's anything else you noticed. Make sure to like and subscribe for more in-depth Assassin's Creedery, and thanks for watching.